Hello. Okay, I am trying to work smarter, not harder over here, and I think it's actually working. So I am live on Facebook and on YouTube. So I'm actually really proud of myself. I can do two platforms at the same time. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Rhea Reeves, founder and finance coach of City Girl Savings. And let me be the first to admit that I have not done a live month-end money review, pulse check in the past few months. Just because I haven't done it live doesn't mean they haven't been done. I've been doing them every month, but last month I was in Italy. The month before that, I was out in Lake Austin. And the month before that, we were just wrapping up the Money Management Mastery launch. So it's been kind of back to back. Q3 was a crazy one. But I am back. I am here. I am excited to get back into a routine with these because not only does it help me make sure that I'm holding myself accountable, but hopefully it helps you get an idea of what to think about and look for when you're looking at your money, your budget, your spending, and your goal progress for the month. So because it's been a couple months, let me just quickly cover what a month-end money review, month-end money pulse check actually looks like. So essentially at the beginning of the month, you should have created your budget for the month ahead, right? So we should have everything kind of mapped out as to how much money is coming in, how that money is allocated, and any progress towards your goals that you want to make throughout the month. So that should be happening at the start of the month. Throughout the month, you should be tracking your spending. Otherwise, how will we know if the budget is actually working? How will we know if you're not overspending? So those two things do go hand in hand. But once you have those things going on in a good rhythm, you can do a month-end money review where you essentially look at the budget that you set for the month, you look at your spending throughout the month, and you ask yourself, what worked? What didn't? Am I on track with my goals? What do I need to change for next month? So that's essentially how you would do your own month-end money review. So let me get into my numbers for September. First and foremost, I always try to look at big picture and then I get into the nitty gritty. So big picture, did I make more than I spent in the month? Meaning, was I profitable? Am I in the green? Do I have money left over after all of my spending takes place? That's first. And for September, I was profitable. So I had more money coming in the month than what went out. Okay. So that means I didn't have to use credit cards. I didn't have to touch my savings. I am using all of my income to cover my expenses and I still have money left over. So that's first things first. Second, now we can kind of get into the nitty gritty categories. So my categories kind of from left to right. Savings. Savings is a standalone category in my budget. It's just a general category. I try to have my savings transfers set up automatically throughout the month. So that's its own category. But I also have a second category for extra savings or money goals. So things that I'm saving for that maybe if I can put more towards them, great, but it doesn't impact my normal standard transfers for the month. So I have two savings categories. One is just my general savings, and the other is like true money goals or extra savings. So I did save more than what I originally planned in September. And that's because we started the Frugal Fall Savings Challenge. This is our first week. So I did put extra money into savings thanks to that challenge. I also did put a little bit of extra money towards my money goals this month. So usually when I have a nice profit, I try to put that money towards my goals. So good there. Next category, housing. So I have a standard amount moved into my housing account for the month, and that transfer happens twice a month. So that category usually is not ever over budget unless we have like an expense for the house that we didn't plan for. So everything is business as usual with that category. Next category is personal bills. So I was actually over budget in this category because when I went to Italy, I used my phone. I couldn't 100% check out from business or even like personal social media stuff. And so they charge you when you use your cell phone data internationally. So my cell phone bill was almost $60 more than normal. So that really shot up that category. So I was over budget in personal bills for the month. I also had an annual expense that I actually forgot about, and that is my computer security. So that's an annual expense that I'll now make sure I save for so that it doesn't catch me off guard next year. Okay, next category, groceries. So groceries, similar to housing, I have a set amount going into an account just for groceries for our house. So usually this category is not over budget, but it was in September because I did buy some extra things outside of that account that really qualify as groceries. So I was a little bit over budget there. Okay, transportation. So I would have been so good for like gas and my car for the month if I didn't have my 15,000 mile service. So that service took me over budget. Literally, I was probably 72 cents under budget had I not had to pay for that service. So I only bought gas once because I was gone the first week of September and I don't drive too far throughout the month. So I almost made it, but I didn't. But a category that I am very proud of sticking under is meals out. So anybody who knows me or who has been watching these videos knows that iced coffees are my thing. Meals out is a category that I'm usually over budget in. I do budget for my iced coffees, but sometimes we want to order Uber Eats or, we randomly go out to eat, like whatever the case may be. But in the month of September, I didn't even spend half of the budget I gave myself for going out to eat. So I'm very proud of myself for that. Donations, I donated exactly what I had planned to. And then fun spending. So fun spending is another category where, if you're not careful, it can sneak up on you. And it didn't sneak up on me. I was slightly over budget, but I still think it's pretty good considering how hectic this category can be for me. I did buy movie tickets. Actually, I saw 3 different movies in the month of September, and I love going to the movies. So really, those charges are what took me over budget. But other than that, everything else worked business as usual, made a little bit more progress towards some of my bigger goals, and closing out September in the green, which is great. We have one more quarter left of 2022. So I will be getting my October number set up here in just a minute. We have the Frugal Fall Savings Challenge, so I know I'll be saving more. It is a busy birthday month for me. My boyfriend's birthday is tomorrow. My mom's birthday is later in the month. So I know I'm going to have more expenses and spending associated with those things. But because I know that when I create my October numbers, I can make sure to factor that in, right? So that just means I gotta do good with meals out again so that I can compensate for those other categories. But other than that, I hope this inspired you to look at your own money and numbers and budget for the month of September and to get everything set up and ready to go for October. If you have questions, feel free to drop a comment. I will respond when I can. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Happy Friday and have a great weekend.